What are these? Words? What do I need these for? Oh, hello there. I remember you from last Halloween. That was a fun old time, wasn't it? This year I've decided to opt for something a little bit different. I hope you do like it. It's quite spooky. Today we're going to be covering one of the oldest tales in the book. One that you learn when you're a child. From a young age, we're imposed to have an irrational fear of the dark and what lies within. This old Russian tale tells of a certain being that used to live in the dark and feed off of the fear of children and adults alike. Where did I leave? Ah, there it is. Hello. Oh, we're still going. This terrifying being was known only by its Russian name, until the Americans translated it to the boogeyman. Tonight, the surprise I have in store for you is the tale of the creature, known only as the Baba Yaga. Wait a second. That's not an anime!
Surprise! Happy Halloween, bitches! I thought I'd just scare you by covering something a little bit different this week. I haven't covered a movie in a while, like a long goddamn time. So here we are. I finally sat down to watch John Wick the other day, and boy am I glad I did. I've heard nothing but good things about this movie, and now I'm adding my good things to say to your list of good things to say about it. First and foremost, if you don't know anything about John Wick, it is an action movie, and it's directed by the only actually cool person to ever be named Chad Stahelski. The cool thing is, Chad is a stuntman with a background in kickboxing and other cool shit. But as most critics will say, an action film directed by a stuntman is prone to scrutiny from critics, you would think. But let's get past that to tell you the plot. Keanu Reeves is John Wick. He's a guy going through his day, seems kind of depressed looking, and as you find out, he's going to a funeral. It's for his dead wife. Ouch. Then, as the procession is underway, Willem Dafoe shows up for some reason and asks how he's doing, and makes some vague references into John's past. After that's said and done, he returns home to find that his wife, as a dying gift, got him a dog. Fun fact, anything good has puppers in it. Like Cowboy Bebop has a pupper. Hey, buddy. The Room has a pupper in it. Overwatch? No puppers. 0 out of 10. Blizzard, please fix. Then, as John takes Daisy in his sweet, sweet ride to go get pup stuff, fucking Reek from Game of Thrones shows up and asks to buy his car. After getting rejected, this kid takes his posse and does some very spoilery stuff and then steals the car. When John wakes up, he realizes that these guys really, really messed up. He then heads out to John Leguizamo's car shop to find out about his car, and John Leguizamo tells him the kid is the sole heir to the Russian mafia. John heads home and gets a call from the Russian mob boss trying to profusely apologize. Russian mob dad, who looks insanely familiar, that's gonna bother me, was just explaining to his son that the guy that he just fucked with is John Wick, known in the mafia as Baba Yaga, or the boogeyman. Except, and in my favorite quote from this movie, he's not the boogeyman. He's the guy you send in to fuck up the boogeyman. During this, you see John doing some DIY home renovation, taking a sledgehammer to the floor and digging up a box filled with guns, ammo, and gold coins. So yeah, John Wick is a hitman, and he's a damn good one. Right off the bat, this is one of the things that I feel like John Wick did really, really well as a movie. They ultimately did not reveal Mr. Wick's badassery until they absolutely had to. By showing his personal life and playing up the fact that he was out of the game, quote-unquote, added to the fact that he literally digs up his past during this sequence, it adds so much to the mystique of his character. You genuinely freak out when he does get to work. After his exposition is over and done, Mr. Wick goes straight into battle with the Mafia's hit squad sent to pacify him. And boy, does it deliver. Chad Stahelski's background and stunt work bleeds through the action sequences in this movie, and it really provides that, oh shit, factor that I haven't seen since watching Ong Bak or The Protector for the first time. Case in point... Whoa. So Mr. Wick heads to a hotel, speaks to the manager, hands over a stack of gold coin, and heads upstairs. This is another great example of what John Wick does well as a movie, where it's not really— I remember now. He's the dude from the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That's where he's from. Anyway, John Wick is definitely set in the seedy underworld of mafia and hitman, but it tells you literally nothing about how it actually works. Unlike other movies where they're like,
Jason Bourne is a sleeper agent, and he's here to kick all of the ass. Tom Cruise is an FBI secret agent, and he draws his power from the tooth in the middle of his face. Have you seen that? It's really weird.
Here, the interactions with the coins I found incredibly interesting. It adds a layer of implied commerce, leading you to inquire as a viewer just how much certain things cost, or what earns you a coin in the first place. Adding to the fact that nearly every character greets John as an old colleague, it leads you to wonder about their previous interaction, and just how much ass Mr. Wick kicked in the past.
You don't really know anything about this guy going in. Maybe he wasn't even a hitman. Maybe he was just a really good dentist. Or a tax auditor. Or a mime.
Another great point John Wick has is its soundtrack. Each insert song has a great theme to it, from Marilyn Manson to the EDM banger that's playing during the club scene. Nothing seems incredibly obtrusive, nothing takes away from the sequence, in my opinion. Reviews have said that they thought the soundtrack was dated and that it can be kind of screeching in tone, but overall I didn't quite get that from it. It could just be up to my personal taste, I guess.
Hey, I could be wrong. Some people don't like the resurgence of funk and disco in popular music nowadays. I think those people don't have any soul, baby.
The way John's business is handled also works incredibly well with his motif as a character. Keanu isn't exactly known for his emotional range, but he fits this role like a damn glove. When his beef with the mafia heir is concluded, which I will add is not the end of the movie, it's handled so matter-of-factly and executed in such a nonchalant manner. The last thing you're reminded is that no matter how personal John Wick's business is, to him, it is just business, even if he's not getting paid.
You know who else doesn't take pleasure in their work? Mimes. Think about it. He's a mime.
Now, some of the things that people can say are that John Wick comes off too strongly as an attempt at a Mary Sue property declaration. But, to be honest, if that is what they did it pretty fucking well. John, though stoic, does relate well through Keanu Reeves' performance. Another point is that while being very action-packed as a whole, it does take about 20 minutes of exposition to get there. I do think the payoff is well received, but it's understandable to be kind of impatient with this kind of film. I do feel like John Wick is a return to form for the action movie genre, with long film shots and a show-don't-tell mentality that hasn't been seen in a really long time. All in all, if you haven't seen John Wick yet, you probably should. I didn't mention this, but you may well know, there is a sequel coming out that may set up to be even better than its predecessor. To me, John Wick hits all of the right marks as a revenge action movie, and serves as a reminder that the past, whether it's yours or somebody else's, can always come back to haunt you. This is the end of the video. Here's the subscribe button, here's the Twitter, the Twitch channel, and the Facebook if you care. Up in the left-hand corner, we've got shirts. Over in the right-hand corner, I've got a video of me talking about my audiobook. Thanks for watching, everybody. I know this is a bit of a break in the anime content that I typically do, but hey, I did say that I do anime movies and games. I should probably work on some video game content at some point, but in the meantime, I do still have my Twitch channel where I occasionally stream something. Everybody be safe and have a happy Halloween. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.